Okay. No, that's not. No, why is my webcam not plugged in? Fuck! Are you kidding me? Shit. Okay, hold on. Wow, that's great. I'm big stupid. Hi. I have to restart the stream. I forgot that I'm charging my phone with the cord. I will be right back, and I hope to God YouTube does not make this a new stream. Because I just realized my webcam's not plugged in. Okay, big stupid. Sorry guys. Hold on. I will be right back. Are you back? Can you guys do you guys see it? All right, are we good? Can you guys see my webcam? Do you see my hand? Okay, I want to know where the echo's coming from. What the hell? Oh, that's where. Okay. There we go. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Ooh, and hopefully me cursing the first like 2 seconds, don't switch, of the live stream won't destroy it. Let's hope. All right. So, I have been so behind in the Drawtobers. I need to actually have OBS up so I can like see what it looks like right now. I'm like really behind, so. This is why I like streaming on Twitch, but I also haven't streamed a traditional stream in like years, so. I know, I'm bad! But I did a big oopsie. Ew, my nails look so bad. Ew. Whatever. Okay. So, yeah, so here's the first page, second page, third page. At this point, I'm doing pages over days because I'm already like 5 days behind. Oh, hello? Oh, hey. Hold on, let me unmute you so the people can hear your beautiful voice. Say hi.
Yeah. Hello, I'm here. I'll be here for about 30, 40 minutes.
That's okay. Once you're gone, I'll just boot my patrons, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, it's, tell the people of YouTube who you are because they don't know who you are.
I'm,
Of course they don't. They can't know who
I'm,
you are.
I'm Zodiac. Wow.
Mm. So I was big stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I hate YouTube's new streaming stuff. Like a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I had everything set up to go, which was already confusing. And then when I was like, all right, I'm good to go. We're good here. I turned on OBS and I set the stream up and my webcam wasn't plugged in. And I'm like, great. So now I have to hope that I don't have like 2 live streams on my channel when I'm all done with this.
Yep.
The,
It
the,
sucks.
yep, the joys of YouTube. So, yep, here's day 4. Here's Edgar, which is my last one, which was day 5. And then I'm actually going to draw over this because I do not like it. I ended up trying to sketch this one I like. I ended up going to. I was gonna say my fiance's, and I'm like, I'm fucking married. Oh wait, I cursed again. Oh
I
well,
hope you don't have a second fiance I
that's
don't know
right.
about.
That's right. I mean, Morgan, wouldn't it be you at this point? Because we're platonic.
Of course.
I love you in every single way except for how a lover loves you. That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I tried drawing Doctor as a chibi in her I think it's called the Rebirth skin. It's the her really fancy one
Oh
of
yeah,
her really
you're one
fancy
that you
that
yeah,
I
the one you got,
yeah,
yeah.
the one I got years ago. Or years ago. It feels like
Years
it's been
ago.
it
It
feels like it's been years. It
it feels
hasn't.
like we've been playing
It
this game
hasn't.
for years.
It
No, that
hasn't.
was why I got that shock whenever that person was like, man, I've been playing this game for 2+ years and I'm only level 18. I slowly looked at the fact that I was level 19 and it's been 6 months.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no.
I don't even know what my level is, but yeah. I hate this chibi like with all power of my being. Um I don't like it at all, and I was literally like I needed a day and I don't like it. So what I'm going to do is, not right now, obviously, but I'm going to cut out some tan tones paper because it's all I have, and I'm going to end up taping it in because, I mean, it's my sketchbook. I get to make up the rules. I'm not doing Inktober, so.
Right.
So, yeah. Because I don't like anything about this chibi. It doesn't match the flow of this one or another chibi I have sketched up on my iPad that I'm going to transfer over. And I just, like, look at that. It looks so stiff compared to my Kaylee one. And I don't like it. Now, the candy cane one, that one's fine. And this one I'm probably also going to just tape over because I sketched these up actually on the proper days, but the problem was I was like in Morgan knows, and if anybody's been following my social media at all, I've had a terrible week. Like a terrible week.
Yeah.
With my health and everything. Yeah.
Can I just jump something in here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Karix, that's extremely funny that you say that right as she is like aggressively gesturing to the IDV character she had drawn on her paper. Because Karix said, if you don't know what to draw, try the characters from Identity V. They're very much your style.
Yeah, no, I love them, and I plan to. I just because that's what this doctor one was, and I'm just like, I don't like it.
I know, I need to draw more.
I do like the Edgar though. It's not perfect, but I do like it.
I need to draw more fan art. I need to work on my Halloween thing I'm doing for that trade thing.
Oh, the one. Oh, right. The one I don't know about.
Yeah, the one you don't know about.
That's right. I totally forgot. The one I have not seen.
Yeah. That one. I have finished it, but
no, that's not it.
I have everything else done. Literally all the background and all that shit set up. I just haven't actually like drawn the fucking characters.
Where are my inking pens? This is really bad. I'm off to a really bad start. I'm like, oh, here they are. I'm like, where are my inking supplies? That's kind of the whole point of this. Just a bit. Also, so this is silly, but I want to talk because I have you guys all here. So, alright, I want to make a quick, confusion. To you guys, because I made my community post about which creepypasta you guys want me to read for the creepy Drasta thing. Because I wanted one that was like, I was like, okay, I want one that'll last more than like 10 minutes. And a lot of people were like, oh, do Pen Pal. I've never heard of Pen Pal. And so I looked up Pen Pal. It's a 2-hour-long creepypasta? Because it's like 6 stories. And I'm like, now don't get me wrong. I would do it if people would watch it. But I have a
It's more than 10 minutes.
It is more than 10. You know what? Fair. I just didn't think they would go, let's go 2 hours.
Yeah.
But it's not, and it's not that I'm saying no. It's not that. It's just, I don't want to do 2 hours worth of editing for a video that's going to get less than 1,000 views. Because I just don't think people are going to stick around with my fan base and how my algorithm is, because YouTube already hates me. I just don't think that'll be worth the money. And I don't want to do Russian Sleep Experiment. Nothing on Russian Sleep Experiment. It's a good one. It's just, it's
been done a million times.
It's been done a million times, yeah. So, I'm not saying that they're bad and that I won't do them. I just need to find other ones.
Yeah, I swear to God, I wish I could find the one that I always talk about. Yeah. Because I could give you that one.
Yeah.
Because that stalker one's so good.
I will say, Brain. You've been awake. You had a normal night's sleep. I fixed my sleep schedule, by the way. I woke up at 6 a.m. like a person.
What, you did?
I did. I don't know.
You were awake last night.
I was, but I fell back asleep because it was like 2
Oh my gosh.
I know. You can split up into parts. The problem is, Sleepy Artist 57, it's not that I'm against splitting it up into parts, it's again, my algorithm and my view count is terrible right now. And I don't want someone to take that as like, oh, she's complaining her views are bad. No, it happens, but it's clear that, like, the algorithm isn't on my side right now. And I'm definitely not making a lot of money off of YouTube.
Well, it's hard when you could spend that time to do art and do commissions.
Exactly.
That'll make you more money than editing a video that, like, 2 people watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Which obviously is an exaggeration in this case, but, you know.
Oh, I know. Because, like, I here's the thing that sucks, and I'm going to say it this way, and I'm not saying it to, like, brag, because I know that, like, people don't like this, but here's the thing. If you make a video and it doesn't reach 1,000 views, you literally made no money off of it. Like, none, pretty much, with how it works right now. Like, and because YouTube won't just tell us flat out, like, hey, get this number and you're okay. Instead, they're like, oh yeah, your views are down for someone with this channel size. And then I'm like, great. How do I fix that? Oh, we're not telling you, because then people will abuse the system. So it's one of those things where it's like...
Bitch was like, figure it out.
Pretty much. And it's one of those things where it's like... I have a lot of, like, work that's... Oh, I need to start recording this. Shit. I forgot. I need to record this so I can edit it later.
Well, you can actually... I've actually found this is a strategy I want to start using.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of why I want to stream the rest of my phase reference sheet. Mm-hmm. Because I found, surprisingly, it's very quick to just download your own streams.
Really?
It takes like 2 seconds. Really? And you can just get rid of the audio and then just speed that up, and you basically just made a speed paint right there. Because I found it's significantly easier than me just recording the shit myself.
You know, that makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm. It's wild.
I hate all the little views you get. I've been showing you around to my friends, though. Thank you. And again, like, here's the thing that sucks, is, like, when people talk about it, people come out and be like, wow, you're complaining. I don't even get, like, 5 views. And it's like, no. I hate to, like, be this person, but
It's not a contest. It's acknowledging that there's an issue.
Yeah, because I was averaging, by this time last year, I was averaging at least 5K a video. Now I'm barely pushing to get 1,000. And 5K for someone of my channel size is small. Especially when, and this isn't just me, so that's why I know it's not just me it's happening to. But I know a bunch of people who, like, every time I make a video, every time I'll get a comment from a random person that's like, oh, I didn't even know you made videos still, because you weren't showing up in my feed. Mm-hmm. Oh, I was unsubscribed to you, so you were in my recommended for the first time in, like,
I've streamed
8 months.
Like 3 or 4 times now in the past, like, few weeks, because I'm starting to get back into that again.
Yeah.
And I still get people who will show up to a stream I'm doing and go, oh my god, I thought you were dead. You hadn't posted in so long, when I just streamed, like, 2 days ago.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, that, like, what... It's not to say that it's not happening to the smaller people. It's acknowledging that the comparison is drastic.
Yeah.
That also is happening on a smaller scale, but it's like... It's stupid to say that, well, just because we are comparatively having the exact same issue just on bigger and smaller scales, you shouldn't bitch because I get less than you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still a problem either way.
Yeah, and the problem, too, is... Then I'll put time into videos people want, and then either they won't click on it, or they're not getting it, so then it's just not reaching. Because, like, I did that video with me and Cody, just talking about the couple advice, because people were like, hey, we want more stuff with, like, Cody on your channel and stuff, and I was like, oh, well, I already have this, okay. And that video did so bad the first 2 days, like, really bad. So I made a thing on Twitter about it. I was like, hey, can I ask, like, why you guys didn't click on it? And some people were, and they were honest, and that's fair. They're like, oh, well, it didn't seem like my interest, or blah, 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 blah. But most of it was like, oh, I didn't even know you posted it. And, like, after me posting it to Twitter, the views jumped up to, like, my current average. Which, like, I get it. Not everything's a banger. You know, but at the same time, it's like, it's really stressful that when it's like, I really want to do a video, and it's something I really want to put my time and effort into, but I'm here like, can I warrant that? Because if it flops, then that's time that I could be used putting my queue down, making adoptables, paying my bills, streaming more. Because I've been streaming a lot more on the website I cannot mention, but I probably already did because it's a stream and I don't care. just because it's like it really is easier and the interface.
You gotta
is more
start like
fun.
calling Twitch flinch.
I used to call it itch, and I was like, eh. But yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those things that's really aggravating, and then like when we try being like, hey, this makes no sense, YouTube, they're like, oh well, the bigger complainers aren't the bigger content creators aren't complaining. And I'm like, yeah, well, no duh. If you're averaging, like, let's just be, I'm gonna throw a ballpark out here. CPM's different, so this shouldn't affect my AdSense, so I'm not breaking the rules. Let's say you're at 100K, right? Like, you have a 100K channel, and you post 2 to 3 times a week, right? If your views average out to, like, anywhere between 20 to 50K a video, you're doing fine. Like, you're definitely doing fine. But if you're like, I know someone who's at over 1 million, and whenever they post a video, they barely get 10,000 now. When they have 1 million subs still. That's a big issue. And then what YouTube goes is like, oh yeah, tell people to follow your Twitter and Instagram and post there every time you upload. And it's like, why? Why even have the sub feature then?
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't have to tell people, hey, follow me on every other social media so you know when I post a YouTube video. Oh, and by the way, also, if you don't comment, then YouTube's like, oh, you don't care. That's why I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've noticed a lot of people recently have been like, oh yeah, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, comment this emoji in the comment box, because it's something for the algorithm, even if it's not a word. And a lot of people have started doing that. Now, obviously, don't spam it. You don't want to have, like, 5 comments from one person. That's bad. But it's like, if you put that stupid emoji and you comment or something dumb, YouTube's like, oh, you are interested in this content creator, so I'm going to show you their stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's like, goodness. Also, it's like, people will say it's not like, well, it's not happening to the big creators. Yeah. Because the big creators are just kind of getting bigger, and then all the small creators are struggling to do anything.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the bigger... I mean, that's the whole thing that... I remember there was a recent thing that Markiplier pointed out, because he... there was a whole issue with a smaller creator or something was using a compilation or whatever. There was like a try not to laugh compilation, whatever it was, and he was using something for the video. Mm-hmm. And there's this video, it's an absolutely like satirical video. It's like called a quote unquote road rage video, and it's like some road incident and a road conflict, but so one guy gets out of his car, and then out of the other car come a bunch of people in like dressed as Mickey Mouse and shit like that.
Oh, that and one, yeah.
They start kicking the guy, which is obviously like completely satirical. And for literal like years, Mark had his try not to laugh thing.
Yeah, because he's been doing
with that video in there. And so this other guy like uploaded a video that included it in there. And what happened? Oh, that's right. It got striked because it had violent material in there.
Yeah, but Mark didn't get dinged because he's a big guy.
Oh no, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't get dinged, even though he's had that for years. Mm-hmm. I think even the original video is still up on YouTube somewhere. But this littler guy did. And so I remember Mark even made a tweet, or no, because I think the guy, just to make a point, was like, okay, guys, so where's Markiplier's strike? If I have one, where's his? Yeah. Like, why does he still have his video up? And I think there was a lot of people who, for some reason, was like, "Whoa, don't bring Mark into this. Don't get him in trouble."
I remember that. Yeah, and then Mark made a
tweet like, "Yeah, YouTube, where's my strike?"
No, but that's and that's what's so stupid is like, they're like, "Oh yeah, use the YouTube thing," because I've had issues with my channel before. Nothing, crickets. I make a post on Twitter and at them, it's fixed within 3 minutes, and I'm sitting here like, we shouldn't have to go to Twitter to get this stuff fixed. Because it also says, like, oh yeah, you're not big, you're not important. Unless you get a big person, like, behind it. Like, what was it? Like, I know, there was a thing that happened, to Creepshow a few months back, where she ended up losing like her monetization, and it wasn't until Ethan Klein, the H3 guy, who, by the way, I'm not an Ethan Klein fan, so don't think that I am. He like made a tweet like, "Hey YouTube, what the fuck?" The second he tweeted it out, because it was Ethan Klein, Creepshow got her stuff back, like no problem. And it's like, oh yeah, we don't want to upsetty spaghetti the big people. So,
and that was the thing too, because I think the irony was that Mark tweeted that, and instead of not like removing the strike and realizing, oh yes, this video is satirical and it shouldn't have been struck, they just striked Mark's video instead to just cover their tracks.
Yeah.
And so everyone was like, and he was like, well, all right, at least fair is fair, but also the video isn't violent to YouTube. Yeah, it's literally a joke.
Well, that's the thing,
and so I think eventually they came back and they were just like, oh yes, we've realized that the video is actually not gratuitously violent, so we will remove the strikes. But it's like, it's so ridiculous that it took a whole, like, just like how many, it's hard, because I do understand that I don't know how many people even work at YouTube, but also the amount of content that's uploaded every second is like insane. Oh, yeah. To expect humans to review every single video and like by hand, by themselves, because to review it, you can't just skim the video. They'd have to sit and watch the entire thing to properly review it. So it's like, to expect that is ludicrous. Yeah. But like, it's still, there's such big issues. Somebody has to fix these. People shouldn't be going to Twitter, adding YouTube to get things solved. Videos shouldn't get wrongly taken, like, striked just because the algorithm thought something was violent. Yeah. Things like, there's still a lot of content on YouTube that shouldn't even be on there, and still people struggle to get it taken down. It's ridiculous.
I am not a big fan of how this is inked, but you know what? I'm gonna redo this digitally and make it a sticker someday. Yeah. I'm not killing myself over these things.
It's a jittery wand.
It's a jittery wand. It wasn't intended to be, but I'm also very rusty. Because I literally, but I literally have not been able to draw for like a week straight because of some health issues. Don't worry, guys, I'm fine now, but it was getting so bad I was literally like about to call a doctor. Like, it was not good. And Michi was not in a good place.
Michi was having a rough time.
Very much. Talking to myself in third person. That's how hard I was disassociated. Fine, that's what I needed. Whatever. Hopefully once I color it, it'll fix a little bit of it. But
God, I've been rewatching.
I will say, this one I'm not very proud of, but like, I'm really proud of these, and like, how confident my line work has gotten for traditional stuff so far. Yeah. So that makes me very big happy. Let's see, hold on. There was an incident with Gabby Hanna where she got her stuff deleted or something like that, and she tweeted YouTube and got it fixed. People were tweeting her saying, I've been trying to do that for years. The fact that you need to spam YouTube on another social media. Oh yeah, Peaches. Hey, sorry, I didn't realize it was you, Peaches, at first. Yeah. Well, like, Peaches even hit me up, and oh wait, Peaches, am I allowed to talk about that? The thing you asked me earlier today? I want to know, because I'll stop talking if you want it to be a secret. If not, I'll talk about it.
So. I'm just disassociating, staring at this bat.
Hey, don't leave my I googled pixel bat alone.
I'm not. I am leaving him alone. I'm staring at him, and it's like making me zone out. Yeah, he's got so much power.
I know. Vibe bat is vibe. He's great. Vibe bat. Okay. That's literally what I typed it in my little like OBS. He's called Vibe Bat, and so beautiful. We support Vibe Bat in this house because it's weird. Whenever I listen to music, he just goes along with every single song I have. It was just on accident.
He's jamming.
I know. Anyway, okay, so Peaches hit me up because Hopeless Peaches wants to do this series of interviewing content creators that she likes about like the anxieties about YouTube and like pretty much the like what it's done to our mental health and stuff. And like one of her big questions was, hold on, let me get my phone's right here. I'm dumb. I'm like, why is my phone over there? Oh yeah, by the way, not my art. This is IDV official fan art and then ship art that Morgan did.
Don't worry about it.
Because yes, I have my friend's art as my background. Shh, it's fine.
Listen, I found out my best friend, because in high school there was a joke, because she's seen all my art and whatever. Mm-hmm. So she had 2 pictures of mine, and they were her lock screen and her background. And I went to eat with her again after like not having seen her for a year. I watch her open her phone, and it's the same fucking lock screen and background. And I'm like, you still have that?
That's so cute. Okay, yeah. One of the questions Peaches asked was like, do you ever experience any anxiety or paranoia or imposter syndrome before or after your growth and like stuff like that? And I was like, you know what? That's a good question, because like I know a lot of people where I've talked to a bunch of my other friends that are like also kind of big YouTubers in the art community. It's weird. It's weird saying that. I don't like considering it that, but it is what it is. But like and it's like one of those things where we've talked a lot where it's like, man, I would really love to do this one thing, but if it flops, it's like a death sentence for your channel now. When back in the day it was like, if it flops, okay, I won't do it again. Now it's like, oh, this could literally destroy my channel. Like, I kid you not, I have been stuck at 45k for like, it feels like an entire year now, if not more. Because this'll literally happen every single time. I'll like do really, really well, and I'll get to like 46, maybe close to 47. And then literally a month or 2 later, I'm back at 45. It's just a constant like, mew, 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 mew. And I'm like, okay, but why? Like, I hate seeing my analytics that are like, oh, by the way, you gained 100 subscribers this month. And I'm like, yay. And then next month it's like, oh, yeah, but you lost 200. And it's like, okay, why, YouTube? And then they don't answer you. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're just cleaning out dead accounts. But then I get the comments of people being like, oh, yeah, it turns out I was unsubscribed to you. That's weird. And so it's one of those things where it's like, I know I'll get over that hump eventually. But at this point, whenever I have like a big subscriber bump, I'm like, it's gonna go back to 45k in like another month, so like why should I be excited? And it's gotten to a point to where when I eventually hit 50k, because I know it'll happen someday, I'm probably not gonna do anything until I'm at 60, because I'll be like, I don't know how long I'll be at 50k for.
Yeah.
And that's like a really irritating thing to have to like worry about, instead of it be just like, huh, that's cool, whatever. And then, like, I used to make fun of, like, people who moved to Twitch. I did. Not openly, but I was, like, to my friends, I'm like, man, it seems weird that everybody's moving to Twitch. But ever since, no joke, since I've been streaming more on Twitch, I'm like, oh, I was a hypocrite. This is why. Wow, like, they're actually, like, they actually give you warnings before stuff happens. Oh, they let you download your streams once they're done. Oh, you can, like, set your own stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of neat. And then, I don't know, and it sucks, because I like videos, but also I'm at a point where, like, I had to unfollow, like, the last of the drama people I was watching just for fun, because I'm like, nope, this is literally, like, this isn't even fun anymore. And then, I don't know. I have a hard time finding new artists on YouTube, because I'll try to find some, and either they're all drama stuff, or, like, their topics, or, like, what they talk about, and they just don't interest me. It's not that it's bad, it literally doesn't interest me, and I'm here just like, I guess I'll just get my art stuff from TikTok.
Need more right opinion in your life.
Pretty much. But that boy takes so long on his videos, but it's so good.
Listen, it's always so worth the wait. He could talk about almost anything, and I'd probably just watch it anyway with, like, no idea what's going on.
Oh, I know Twitch has a bunch of issues. I'm not saying they're better. I'm saying I get the jump. It's a lot less stress. Especially when I'm working, because then it's like, oh, I can work on a
Yeah,
commission
but
and get paid while
to
working
argue
on the
with you,
commission. Yeah.
Trigger Happy Evie, where else do we stream?
Yeah. Because at least,
There's
because Twitch lets us use music. They do. Like, there was that thing where
Yeah.
they were like, oh yeah, no copyrighted music.
I mean, I say
And
we. I don't stream on Twitch, but like you know,
Well, that's because
YouTube has issues.
That's because you have a
Twitch
love-hate
has
relationship
issues.
with Twitch. You tried.
No, not love hate. I just hate it. It wouldn't let me log into my fucking account.
I know.
But it's like listen, Twitch has issues. YouTube has issues. The only other options you would have to stream is to go somewhere that's like very
niche,
not mainstream, which is viable. But you know, you're not exactly going to get a lot of your viewers on there that you want to reach out to. So
yeah,
you know,
that's the big problem. That's another thing.
it's just
Because I know a lot of people who like didn't want to support Patreon anymore, so they moved to stuff like Subscribestar, and then they ended up moving back to Patreon because they were like, oh yeah, a lot more people have Patreon than Subscribestar,
yeah.
So it's easier for the supporters to just all have it in one place.
Yeah, it's hard. It's what I think some people have even talked about. The whole idea that like back when Netflix first became a big thing, people talk like it was Netflix and Hulu originally, and people talked about how like I really hope that it just could stay this way because if other companies start making their own things, eventually the market's going to get so dragged out because people can't pay for all those different streaming services. And look what's happened. There are shows that I fucking loved on Netflix that got taken off because Britain decided they wanted to have a Britain exclusive streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
That's only British media. So, Midsummer Murders, I think even Chicken Run got fucking taken off during that time too.
Chicken Run got taken off because remember they were on Hulu because we were able to watch it. Go away!
Yeah. Well, it's like either way, and then I know that there was a show I even liked that was on there temporarily. That was another like British murder mystery, and then that got taken away. And it's like, and then Disney started doing its whole Disney Plus shit.
Yeah.
And so it's
thank you, Peaches. You interest me too, baby.
Yeah. It's hard because the world would be so much easier if you could just have one thing and not have to rely on everything else. But then it becomes hard because when that one or two things both suck ass in the way they handle things, what can you do?
Yeah,
You're either going to have to sacrifice the wider reach for better quality, or you're going to have to sacrifice that better quality for the better reach. And it just is an endless cycle.
Yeah. Also, what I was screaming at is I keep getting these goddamn telemarketers who, I know it's a scam because it's the same one I keep getting from different numbers, and they keep telling me, and they're like, oh, by the way, did you know your 2019 or your 2020 car registration is out of date? And I'm like, joke's on you, my car was built in the 90s.
Yeah.
I don't have a new
car. No, that's
car.
Me too. I always love that they try very hard to call you by a name, but it's never the right name.
Yeah. One time I was Elaine. They're like, hi, Mrs. Lane. I'm like, I'm Mrs. Marquez.
Oh, they call me Jane. They call me Jane all the time to the point where I feel like
it wasn't Jane. It was with an L. They were like,
no,
Lane.
they call me. They call me Jane.
Oh,
yeah, they call me Jane in texts all the time and stuff like that. To the point where I'm almost wondering, did somebody try to give me like a fake, like a quote unquote fake number to a place and it just happened to be my number? Yeah, because that's what it's starting to feel like. Because they keep calling me fucking Jane.
Let's see. Okay, I need that. I need 9423. Sorry, there's a lot of chunky colors in this thing.
Chunky.
9423. Because I don't have the Bailey J Cool like marker wall. I can just like grab them off of. I have this. So, and then let's see. I think a red will make it pop.
Fly back.
Let's see what would be a good one. Let's do 415. That one seems like a good one. Where's 415?
I heard my apartments might also be having like some problems with Wi-Fi, so I'm really hoping I have internet when I get back there.
Oh no!
Because if I don't, that's gonna suck.
Well, thanks 2020.
I know. It is hard because 90% of what I do is on the internet. And then I have school the next day, literally, so it's just going to be a stressful night. Because I did sign up to go into school in person on Tuesday. Normally it would just be online, but they offered overflow seating.
Yeah.
And I fucking need to go back in a classroom, so...
No, I get you. Like, what was it? A lot of people lately have been talking about how, like, because a lot of places are like, oh yeah, what if we did all online all the time? And then all the teachers are like, hey, yeah, you know, we thought that would work. Well, like, half of our classes are failing because they can't stay focused online for 6 hours on schoolwork. Cause
yeah, well, it's not only that, but it's also accessibility to programs and things like that.
Yeah,
not everybody has a computer that can run everything.
Yeah, that too. Cause like, oh my god, did you hear about this? This is such BS. So, there was this kid who, during a Zoom call, a Zoom classroom, it's a real case, you can Google it. What ended up happening was, you know, kid was doing his Zoom call in his bedroom. Because he shares his room with an older sibling. And so, what happened was the older sibling came in and knocked down, like, it was a BB gun or an airsoft rifle or something, whatever. It was in their own bedroom. And the kid just ends up sitting it up and, like, at his desk. It's not a big deal. And the teacher saw it, thought it was a real gun, called in the police and the school. The school suspended the kid from online schooling for having a BB gun in his own room during a Zoom call.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm not even kidding. I was like, and then a lot of people were really mad. They're like, wait a minute, that was in the kid's own bedroom. Like, you can't have school room stuff for what kids have in their own house. So it became a real thing. And
yeah, also, you're the one who thought it was a real gun.
Yeah, also, he wasn't, like, from what I saw in the articles I read, he wasn't, like, showing it to the class. It was like, oh yeah, he came in, set it up against his seat or something.
Yeah, it was a background element.
Yeah. So, but I thought it was fake, and I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, no. And then people were like, oh yeah, well, kids shouldn't have airsoft rifles at all. And I'm like, okay, that's not the point of this conversation.
It's not the discussion. You shouldn't be suspended from fucking school because it existed.
Well, he was also a young kid. It was like a second grader or something.
Yeah. And again, he shares a room with an older sibling. It could have not been his anyway.
Yeah. It's like that stuff that's happening now is where, like, you're seeing, crap, there's leakage. Well, whatever. Happy accidents. Again, when I make this into a sticker, I'll do it better and I'll fix it up in Procreate. Wow, this is, like, really spreading. What the heck?
Damn.
If it gets really bad, I'm just gonna make that part black. But yeah, it's like, that's another thing, is there's a lot of kids who just, you know, it's like, how are you supposed to do that? Or I know kids, like, when I was a teacher's aide, I've talked about it, my kids were in a poor neighborhood. A lot of my kids, they were, like, families of 5 sharing a 1-bedroom apartment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you supposed to do if you have 3 kids who all are in different grades having to do Zoom calls in a 1-bedroom apartment? All at the same time. Like, obviously some kids are gonna not do the school, because again, I know I would, it sounds bad, but it's like, I know a lot of poor parents, which I know that's, like, you know, brings up the debate of, like, well, we shouldn't have had to worry about it at all. It's like, yeah, but at the same time, you can't just, especially when you're young kids, as someone who worked in the school system, you can't just have young kids not learn for a year. That's gonna mess them up so much more in the long run than if it was like a high schooler taking a year off. That's still bad.
It literally becomes either that you're going to have to speed up their next year, or they're going to be behind, or you're going to have to delay it. So you have a lot of kids who are learning stuff they should have learned in their senior year in like when they're 19 and like when they should have been graduated.
Yeah. Or they just have a year where they don't get a break because they have to make up for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's
so it's many... like, it's not a great idea to just say, well, fuck it, let's just all take a year off. Especially because then you have to expect... Yeah?
Oh, you gotta go?
Okay, I gotta go. Sorry, I have to go.
That's fine. Alright, bye, Morgan. Fly safe.
Bye.
Love you, buddy. Bye. Alright. Alright, any of my patrons listening, I'm in the Patreon chat if you want to come join in. Just so I'm not alone talking to the ether because I can't listen to music because YouTube's not cool. I really am rusty with traditional mediums, man. Oh well, that's what the whole fun part is. Hello?
Hello.
Who is person? Introduce thyself.
Oh, cool. Hi. This is Silver.
Hey, Silver.
Small bad in college.
Hey, Pyth, I saw you pop in.
Yeah, I'm in pain.
I'm very sorry. What's the prompt for this picture? I'm not doing prompts. I thought about drawing a spooky lollipop, and so I did. I feel bad, but I don't follow prompts when I do these things, because I feel like when I do, my brain just shuts off, so I'm like, I'm just gonna randomly draw whatever I want for my prompts. But I'm sorry that you're dying. I'm sorry that you're dying, Peef. Being a woman does indeed suck.
Ugh. Yeah, I'm trying to do prompts and stuff for Inktober, but it's just kind of hard with all the art block shit.
Yeah.
I go looking to draw, and I'm horribly failing at that because my Drawtober sketchbook's at a different place right now.
Oh no, what happened?
Oh no, I've just been bouncing back and forth between my place and a friend of mine's place because we've just been hanging out a lot.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay.
Just a friend.
Hello?
That hurt.
This is only YouTube's, man. Chill out. Go back to sleep.
I just heard a very gruff, masculine voice in the background. I'm like, hello?
Yeah, that's him. He's just chilling.
Oh, hi, him. Never met you before. Nice to meet you, him.
Nice.
Yo.
I have my kitty.
Is your kitty good, baby?
Sometimes. Right now she's being good. She's black and spoopy for Halloween.
Oh, that's cute. I wish Bings would let me dress him up for Halloween, but he's a brat, so.
It's just sad that people try to hurt black cats during Halloween.
God, don't even get me started on that. My whole neighborhood growing up, I actually found a traumatizing thing when I was a kid. I can't talk about it on YouTube, but you can kind of put two and two together. And ever since then, I've always been like, Mom, make sure you guys keep your cat in on Halloween, because even though our cat wasn't all black, she was a dark colored cat, because those nut jobs don't care.
What's the fun in hurting a baby?
Well, a lot of the people have some kind of mental illness because actual Satanists don't do this. And they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna summon Satan by sacrificing a cat. And it's like, okay, anywhere in any satanic Bible does it say that will summon Satan? Oh no, my 9 is drying out. Crud. Aggressive clicky clackies.
Why does everyone say that I type aggressively? I'm just typing.
Because it sounds aggressive.
I just have a clunky old extension keyboard.
Well, we were just talking about how on Halloween. Oh.
Clickety clackety clackety clickety.
Also, for anybody who didn't know, this stream will stay up on YouTube after it's all done and goes live. So you will be able to watch it if you have to, leave or that. I probably will only, I won't take it down, I'll unlist it once I eventually get the actual, video edited for these days, so that way it doesn't, bog down the feed. So you guys got, a week, you're fine. Because I'm also having issues with my vlog camera right now, so I'm like, great. Put a damper in that plan too, why don't you?
Technology's so important.
I know.
Oh,
Anyway, you guys have anything you want to talk about? Or chat? You guys want anything you want to talk about? Because Michi's head pretty empty.
good ending. I don't know, I'm just trying to vibe and distract myself. Can you see
I'm liking
sound?
how the bow's coming out. The bow looks good. Can you see sounds or hear colors? I've never been that high, no. I'm legal, YouTube, and it's legal in the state that I'm in, so I'm talking about the legal kind, not the sketchy kind. I will admit, there was one time, though, where I had, like, a kinship with, like, Roger from American Dad, and it kind of messed me up. I think I told you about this story. It was, like, the very first time I ever had an edible, because I messed up, and me and my friend Anna, Empress Kaiju, we ended up eating way too much than we were supposed to. No one told us at the time we were supposed to eat, like, this much. We both ate an entire brownie.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it wasn't fun. I was actually stoned for 5 days. It was terrifying. No, 3 days. And it was terrifying.
Oh my
No,
God.
no, it was terrifying. It was not fun. Like, at first it was, like, hue funny, and then we woke up the next day still, like, inebriated, and I went to Anna, and Anna went to me, and she's like, I think we messed up, and I'm like, why are we still high? And then it lasted into the next day, and I'm like, I'm not having fun. She's like, no, I'm not either. But the moment from American Dad was when Roger and Stan get really high, and there's this scene where he's, like, holding a bag of, like, dog food or cat food or something, and he goes to, like, Stan, and he's like, if I let go of this, I'm gonna fly away. And, like, when I, like, watched that episode, I was like, haha, funny. But in that moment where I was, you know, gone for 3 days, I felt like that. I, like, had to hold on to stuff. I'm like, if I let go of this, I'm gonna fly away. This is what Roger means. It wasn't fun. It was not fun. Like, I'm not saying it like, oh, it's funny. It sounds funny. It was terrifying. And it's why I'll never do edibles ever again.
Oh no. I don't know, I've never tried anything like that. But I am in New York, so it's not legal.
Do you ever think that all of society is a simulation? You know what? If we are, I'm happy living in the simulation because I'm not Neo. I'm fine eating fake pixel steak and thinking that it's steak. Like, I told people that and they're like,
honestly,
why? I'm not Neo. I'm not gonna be able to save the world. I'm a random NPC at that point. I'm fine with living in a simulation at that point.
Like, if I'm a Sims character, I just want someone to do something more exciting with my life. And that's just why we go into rooms and forget what we were doing.
Maybe. We gotta reboot. Or we went into we hit one of the invisible walls and our programming won't let us acknowledge we hit an invisible wall.
Oh, I wish. It'd be so nice to just live in a simulation.
It would be easier, wouldn't it?
It's like whenever I get those questions where people are like, if you could live in any fictional universe, which one would you want to be? And then I hear people be like, I want to live in the Marvel universe. I'm like, you know your chances of being like a normie are like really high, right? If you want to live in that universe.
Or dying, honestly.
That too, or dying. Those are also all options.
Like, pick a place that's peaceful. One of those utopian books.
I mean, you want to be careful. Technically, The Giver was a utopian book, if you want to be technical about it.
I remember The Giver. I like that book.
I like that one too. I liked.
I can't imagine how bland that would be.
I also liked. Well, you don't know it's bland. Remember, that was the whole thing.
True.
I liked The Giver. I also really liked the movie. Because I hadn't read The Giver since, like, middle school, so I completely forgot about it, and I didn't see a trailer for it. So when I went in and the movie, like, started out in black and white and then slowly went into color, I'm like, oh, that is so cool. I thought that was such a cool medium. And then I watched the trailer, and I'm like, wow, the trailer, like, spoils so much of the movie.
It really did.
And that made me like really sad because I was trying to get Cody. I was trying to get Cody to watch it, and he's like, "I'm not gonna watch it unless I see the trailer." And then I watched the trailer with him, and he's like, "I feel like I've seen the entire movie," and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, that's kind of the whole movie."
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over that part with Black. I don't like how that looks. So, bless you, Peef.
Thank you. But yeah, I think they made it a little high-techy, though. I haven't seen it.
Oh, wait, which one?
What is that?
Which one's
Back
high-techy?
when I used to read books. The Giver movie.
What?
They made the Giver movie, like, high-tech based, I think. Like,
Oh, yeah, they made it, like, futuristic.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they did that just for it to, like, make sense for, like, how the world was.
Yeah. With all the moderated weather and stuff.
You want to know another movie I really liked a lot?
I was in a lot of books.
I really liked that Tom Cruise one, I think it was like Edge of Tomorrow. It was like Live, Die, Repeat. It's based off of a manga.
Ooh.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's really cool. It's Tom Cruise is a soldier, and he has to fight this war, and he ends up getting infected as he dies. So he's forced to keep reliving the same day over and over and over again. And so there's like so many montages where he dies in really painful ways, and then you see him like being a badass.
Oh no!
And he's a badass literally because it's like, oh, that's how he died. That's how he died. That's how he died. That's how it's really funny. Like it's funny, but also really good written. And I'm gonna be honest, I never really liked when people made fantasy medieval stories futuristic. I mean, I'm okay when they make them futuristic, but I'm like, I need a reason. Because, like, yeah. I will admit, one that, like, bothered me a lot was, I didn't really like Onward. Like, I thought I would, and then I watched the first time, and I'm like, huh, I kind of like this. And then I'm like, oh, I don't like this. Because they literally, like, they didn't even, like, Zootopia it. Where they had, like, oh yeah, the mice people have their own, like, mice cars and, like, things made for them. In Onward, it was like, here's a centaur driving a human car. Isn't it funny? Hew, 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 hew. And I'm like, wait, why is the centaur driving a human car and not, like, a centaur car? That makes no sense. Why is there, like, normie Home Depot? And why do the pixies have to all ride in a human motorcycle instead of have, like, pixie motorcycles? It's one of those things that when you actually think about it, it makes no sense, because it's like, humans don't exist in that world. They've acknowledged that humans don't exist. So why do they have human-y things?
That's always annoyed me, when worlds like that always have human aspects, and then, like, it's a different developed society. I think things would be a lot different.
Well, their reasoning was like, oh, well, they had science, they didn't use magic anymore. I'm like, I'm fine with that. But why would they be like, oh, yeah, pixies are gonna ride motorcycles, so instead of making pixie-sized motorcycles, we're gonna make them a human-sized one?
What?
Like, it's a funny visual gag, but it doesn't make sense when there aren't humans in it.
I think it would be funnier if it was a tiny motorcycle.
Exactly!
It really would have. An army of
give them little, like, Barbie motorcycle gangs. That would have been really funny.
I don't know, I guess it takes a lot of creativity to create a whole new world. That's just what you gotta do sometimes.
Well, they do something really creative with it. Like, do you guys care if I spoil the ending of Onward?
I'm not gonna watch it, so go ahead.
Alright.
I've already seen it, so I'm good.
Okay. I really liked, because they do something really, really creative. What they end up doing is at the end, they, like, have to fight this stone dragon, but it's the modern age, so the dragon is, like, made out of the high school. So it's made with, like, high school stuff. So it's got this, like, really derpy, stupid, like, mascot face. And I was like, that's actually really creative. I like that. But, like, where was this for the rest of the movie?
Honestly.
Now here's the thing, I liked the story, but it's one of those things where it's like, them being in a modern fantasy world make no sense for the plot. Like, you could have just had it be humans who had magic at one point, and then just decided it's too much work. Because you literally didn't do anything with the fact that it was a fantasy world besides visual gags.
Yeah.
And I've had some...
I've done a lot more with it.
Yeah. I don't know, I guess because it's Disney, I also have higher standards. I'm like, Disney, come on, you can do better. Oh, hey, Kasu, how you doing? Also, let's see, you ever think that there's just a large group of fairies in the world who knew they were still able to fly? Yeah, because, I mean, I would assume that, like, there'd be some kamikaze fairies out there who would just be like, huh, let's see if we can fly, guys, because I would. It'd be like, wait, why would I have wings? Oh, well, we used to use them, but not anymore. I'd be like, no, I'm pretty sure we can probably still use them because we still have them. Clicky, clicky, clacky. Because, like, I've got nothing wrong with, like, more modern fantasy stories. Because, like, Crescent City I liked a lot had that. And, again, it's not perfect. Yeah, it looks so much better now that I filled it in. That looks a lot better. So... but what I liked about Crescent City was, again, they made it make, like, sense. I know I was supposed to do a video on it, and I probably am, but I need to redo the audio for it because the audio was garbage. But with Crescent City, how that one works is it's not an alternate universe Earth. It's like a full-on just urban fantasy world, and in that world, the hold on, let me do like a wrist break. Oh, artists out there, this is kind of important here. I'll do like sideways to show you how to do it. So this is a stretch that my doctor taught me when I had my broken fingers. So sideways, so keep your hand like a table. I'm doing it sideways so you can see on the webcam, but sideways, bear claw, cup, like this, cup, and then fist. Do it in that order, and you'll actually feel tightness like here. And they're really good stretches so you don't get tendonitis like I had in both of my fingers. Because you'll actually feel the tightness. It's really weird, especially doing this one. Oh no, why is it suddenly... Alright. Oh, whoops. Sorry, webcam. But, what I was trying to say was, with Crescent City, besides my ADHD brain kicking in, something I liked was their police force are angels. Like angels. Like, they just walk around and they have giant-ass wings. And that's, like, their police army people. And I'm like, oh, that's neat. I like that. Neat aspect. You know, it's like, okay, so yeah, to be a cop, you have to be an angel. And then, like, the werewolves have their own, like, little town. And they have, like, their little packs. And they kind of, like, police their own little packs and stuff. I'm like, ooh, I like that. The fairies are really rich pricks. I like that. They have humans, and even the humans like, yeah, it kind of sucks to be, like, just a human. But you know what? We exist. We have our human cities. You know what's really funny? My webcam is, like, picking this up as in great lighting right now, but it is, like, really dark where I am for some reason, even though it's the middle of the day.
I do be liking it, though.
Thank you. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna fix this up in Procreate and make it a sticker. Because I wanna make stickers again.
I have them all over my stuff.
My stickers?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna get them offset printed, though, so they'll be on vinyl. I'm thinking, especially for ones like this, it'll be, like, on a transparent background, so that you can, like, put it on anything. Because I like me some good thickum, transparent-y backgrounds.
Gotta get me in the spooky mood. What was your childhood crush? It's one of the comments.
One of my childhood crushes. I didn't really, like, I mean, I kind of, like, I had that, like, cute, innocent, like, crush on one of my teachers when I was in, like, Jewish kindergarten. I did. I had a cute little kid crush on my teacher, but it, you know, didn't go anywhere, obviously.
I'd hope.
Yeah, you know what, I probably shouldn't have said that. But yeah, no, it was just, I remember
It's
being
fine.
like, I think she's really cute. My teacher is really cute, and she was. I found a picture of her, like, a few years ago with little me there, and I'm like, you know what, no, I had good taste.
But you know, a lot of kids go through that. It's nothing bad.
Oh, the one I never understood were, like, when high schoolers had crushes on their teachers. Like,
Yeah, that's a bit.
I remember one time, in high school, my mom had to do, like, a parent-teacher thing, and my mom was like, oh my god, Michelle, why didn't you tell me your history teacher was so handsome? I'm like, ew. He was? And I look back on it, I still don't know what my mom was talking about. Then again, he just wasn't my type, but I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, who didn't,
I've
though?
noticed it.
I also remember
There's
one
one-
time when I was in elementary school, I remember having the most embarrassing moment. I had the moment where I went to my teacher and I called her mommy on accident, and the whole class made fun of me for it.
Oh.
And I was like, damn it.
Oh no.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to
God.
now work on the two fixing pages, because I already have those sketched out. So you guys are gonna watch Blasphemy as I put tracing paper over my iPad.
Gasp.
I know, I'm a monster.
There's
No,
like this
hey,
one
what do you know?
teacher.
Rank
in
triggers
my
are
life,
limited.
though. I don't get it.
Don't get what?
There's like this one teacher in my high school that everyone likes, and it's just kind of creepy to me.
Yeah, again, never got that thing. I never understood that.
You're making their job so awkward.
I know, it's also like, ew, they're adults. You're babies.
Babies.
Alright, who should I do? Should I do Anna's chibi or Kwan's thickums, which is the big booby chick?
Anna.
Alright, we're gonna go with Anna's. I need to get my tracing paper. Where's my tracing paper? I know it is around here. Somewhere close. Oh, tracing paper.
God, it's exhausting being focused on hardcore
Oh
docs.
no, I know it's illegal, but I knew a lot of people who had like crushes on their teachers and stuff. I'm not saying it like a cutesy way. I'm saying it like some people had it, but I grew out of that phase when I was like a kid. Where is my tracing paper? I had like so many of them and I set them aside and everything. Not cool. I'm gonna have so much more of a pain doing this.
Honestly, when I was little, I used to just pick out random guys in my class. I used to just pick out random guys in my class, and I'm like, oh yes, I'll have a crush on them because everyone was asking like, who's your crush? And I'm like, I guess I have to have one. So I just pick out random guys.
I found it. I don't know. You guys have any D&D stories or anything fun to talk about? Because my head is very empty right now.
I don't know. I haven't done D&D in a while.
I know, we've been cursed.
It hurts. It's pain.
Do you see what I was talking about, Peef, though? This is the pain I was always
Yeah.
talking about. The D&D curse of pain. Alright,
Does anybody ever get to the end of their things in a timely manner?
I mean, my friend did, but it took him 5 years, so...
Wow. That's a lot of time to invest, but it seems fun.
I mean, that's another big thing. I saw a joke where it's like, oh yeah, the reason why everyone likes D&D live streams and shows is because the only reason they're finished is because they get paid to do them.
They do?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Like, Taz and Critical Role, they get paid.
Wow.
But you really didn't know that? Yeah, that's why they take sponsors and they do it on like Twitch and stuff. They get paid.
It feels so less authentic now.
You didn't know yeah, that's the whole reason they did it, and it's such a big ordeal. They get paid. Oh my god, Pyth, I'm very sorry I broke you. I thought you
I
knew they
didn't know
got
that until today
paid.
either, but, you know, I haven't watched Critical Role in a while, so...
I mean, it's not their sole income, they're also voice actors. It's just for them, it's like side money, but yeah, they get paid.
Who pays them?
Twitch and the sponsors!
Wow.
I live in California, and it sucks. You know, the YouTubers who live here, I've lived here my whole life. They live in the 5% of LA that's nice, and you have to have at least $1 million in your bank account at all times.
Yeah. I want to get out of New York. It's too expensive here.
Yeah. I find it funny, some people are like, oh, if you hate it so much, move. And I'm like, you know that we need to have jobs, like, set aside to move, right? People can't just leave.
I hate when people say that, like, if you want me to leave so bad, pay for my money, pay for, like, my move or something.
Yeah, and then when you learn how much a move is, you're like, oh, that's expensive.
College will be my escape, probably.
Most likely.
College is my escape right now, even though I'm stuck in the same state.
But hey, it's still an escape.
Yep, I get to escape my family, which is what I wanted.
That is the dream.
Shit, alright.
I mean, I'm still gonna have to go back at some point because I'm not gonna stay up here all of Thanksgiving break.
Mm-hmm.
But, because I also don't like doing my schoolwork at my house, so, like, I have to stay here for a while. But we might be going to Vegas for Christmas to visit my grandparents, so...
Oh, that could be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to go back to Vegas.
Is it this one? Yeah, okay. Also, if anybody wants to ask, why are you using your iPad? I don't have a printer. So, sometimes you gotta make do.
Well, Dragon Child has massive wings, but this is fine.
In medieval Europe, it used to be illegal to own swords, so there were really intricate knives instead. Oh yeah, I know that's like a thing about Japan. Like, you can't own like a normal sword, so they're all about. Damn it! Damn it! Do I need to wear gloves? I don't want to. Damn it. The downside to tracing paper is for some reason the iPad is like super sensitive about it. Which is cool and bad, because then it's like, oh yeah, neat. You can still use tracing paper over it. But then other times it's like, hey, guess what? It's like it's not even there, so touch, 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 touch. Oh damn, I forgot to flip the sketch. Oh well, whatever, it's fine. It's fine, we're here now. What were we saying before? Oh, D&D. Yeah, I am amazed you did not know that they got paid. They still enjoy doing it, but yeah, it's like a secondary job for them.
Damn, like, I wish I got paid to play D&D.
I know, same. Damn it. Plus, because they're really big on Twitch, too, they probably make, like, really big Twitch bucks. Like, I don't know how much money you make in Twitch. I've only been paid, like, 4 times. Which is still great. I'm not complaining on that. But, it's very, very different. Because, like, I mean, I know that, like, Ninja owns, like, 2 Teslas or something. And was able to get, like, a $10 million contract or something nuts like that. And I'm like, dang. Hey, iPad, can you, like, not... Hey, you stop that. Stop being bad, iPad. You stop that.
Stop it.
And I don't own gloves, or else I can't. Or else I'd wear a glove right now. Because I have a tablet glove somewhere. I just don't know where it is. But yeah, this is the pain I have to deal with, guys. I also don't own normal computer paper, so I can't do it that way either. Oh, God damn it. I wish there was a way just to freaking lock it.
Maybe you could put it in one layer.
Maybe. Because it just does not want me to, like, have a life. What?
Why is he doing that?
I don't know. Let's try locking them. Alright. Probably not gonna do anything, but that'll be something. But yeah, this is the pain. Again, if I had a printer, I would not have this issue. And I mostly need to get to the basic thing set, so I don't have to worry too much about it.
Why don't you just draw it on paper first?
Because I already did these sketches.
Damn.
That's literally it. I was like, oh yeah, I'll do these sketches in advance, like a smart person. And then, trust me, I'm moving a lot to it, I know, but it's like, I'm not wasting it! So you guys can see the watcher with me and suffer. As my iPad twitches the fuck out. Anyway, any other questions anybody has?
If you have Apple Procreate, it's like $15 and it's so worth it.
It really is. It really is. Because the whole reason I don't have Clip Studio on here is because,
Yes.
to have Clip Studio on here, it's $15 a month. Which isn't bad, but I already own it, so it's literally a spite thing for me. That's literally it for me, is it's a spite thing. Why are you not? Damn, okay. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can just put it on the town paper. Hold on. Now I'm angry. Ow, my foot! Oh! That hurt. It's okay. Just stabbing your foot. Simple life things.
Nothing big. I just do not know how to draw anymore.
Oh yeah, no, I've had that problem. Honestly, I've gotten to a point now when I do commissions and when I do like Patreon rewards and stuff, I feel bad. I'm like, I have in the mind of ideas. So I literally have to look up references now, because I'm like, okay, slapping the character on that. Because I'm so, like, brain blob.
Yeah. Like, I just have a ton of characters, but I just don't know what to draw them in.
I feel that. Been in a like rut for a while, and then a whole bunch of people found my old reading grids, and so now I have a whole bunch of those.
Your old reading grades?
Reading.
What do you
like
mean?
You take one character and make a crack ship out of them.
Oh, okay.
Like little crack ship grids. I had a whole bunch of old ones from when I was building my DeviantArt, and a whole bunch of people found them. So now I have like 10 of these little fuckers to do.
Man, I recently...
The only thing that gives me inspiration is like role plays.
Yeah, that's kind of in me. I feel bad because I have my stories. No. You get back into place, IKEA.
Yes.
Oh, I've just been casually ignoring my stories for right now.
I have like a giant overall story that I want to make into a comic one day, but I just don't know how they get from point A to point B yet.
Well, that's the hard thing, because I have like I have almost all of Marked figured out, and I have all of Ticks and Turns figured out. I mean, that one's done. The only thing with Ticks and Turns is like, I'm gonna be honest. What sucks is the editor I was gonna use, some stuff happened, and I completely lost all motivation for it. And then it's also one of those things where it's like, because I've had a couple people message me like, "Hey, you're still gonna like make money off of it, so just do it already because you'll make money off the Kickstarter." And I'm like, okay, that might be true, but I'm like not making money off of it right now. I know that sounds bad, but I'm like, I've got so much work to do that I'm like, do I want to not make any money for like 2 to 3 months, or just push it back to and work on it in between things? I'm gonna push it back.
Is it gonna eventually be released?
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna happen. I'm not. It's not that it's dead. It's just that the thing that sucks is the edit. Like I said, the editor I was gonna use, some stuff happened, so now I need to have the money up front to pay an editor. Because what I was gonna do was I was gonna trust a friend of mine who has an editorial degree, and we were actually gonna split the Kickstarter money because I know her, I can trust her. But then, like I said, stuff happened, and because stuff happened. No, come on, what the? Never mind. I need to have the money up front, and to pay a proper editor costs a lot. And I know Sky is good being, she's like, I'll do it for free. I'm like, no, bitch. I love you, and I know you would, but I want to pay you for it. So even though if it's not
Might be the
Sky,
first book I read in years.
no, thank you. Yeah, so it'll come out. It'll most likely come out probably next year. Because, again, it is written and done. I just need to type it out and fix it up. Because another thing, too, is I need to buy Word. Because nothing with Google Sheets. But a lot of people have had their stuff hacked from Google Sheets, even if it's private.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I do not need to worry about that. God damn it. Damn you, Procreate, and your sensitivity. Come on, go away, layers. Watch, there's like a much easier way to do this, and I'm just being an idiot. The story of my life.
Honestly.
Alright. Now we're gonna put you aside. So it would look so much better if I had it on tracing paper. It's like, you, IKEA, you want to be a bitch right now, so you're just gonna be right there.
So rude.
I use MetaBang on my iPad, which I mostly use because I use it on the PC before moving a clip. Oh, that's good to know. Here's the thing. I love Procreate. I think it's great. I'm not complaining about Procreate right now. I'm just saying when you're putting paper over the iPad, which is you're not supposed to do, and then it starts glitching out, that is kind of my own fault. It's not meant to be that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Ticks and Turns will, as long as my life doesn't, destroy itself by next year, it should be out by October of next year, because I have everything else done. Main story's done, I got the logos done, I just need to write it out in Word and format it. And then
You love the story.
and then send it to an editor. Well, that's another thing. I know we also want to work on, this isn't anytime soon, so people don't please get your hopes up. But Morgan and I are working on a horror zine together that we want to start working on in the early parts of next year, where it's going to have horror stories written in it and then art to go alongside it. That'll be like its own separate thing. And I already have a couple of friends who are on board for it. and a couple of writers who are down. But it's not public yet, because the thing is, we need to square everything out, because it will technically be a paid zine when it is out, but we're having very strict rules, because I've had so many zines fall apart in the past, and so many people be flakes, and stuff be sketchy, to where we just want to
I want to be
have...
part of a zine. I've never done that before.
We just want to have all of our ducks in a row. I mean, hey, if you want to write, you can be in it.
I can write, I think.
Yeah.
I do like writing a lot, even if I mainly draw a lot.
No, that's me. It is really fun to write things out.
Yeah, I just kind of, if there's ever a zine, I want to hop on to that.
Let's see.
Make myself more known. I have the biggest follower count on TikTok, even against all my art accounts.
Yeah, I'm trying to do more stuff on TikTok, because I'm like, oh, there's so much money in TikTok, man. Not even off of TikTok, just advertising. I feel so stupid for knocking TikTok for the longest time.
Like, I'm like, my DeviantArt, I have 66 watchers, and on TikTok, I have 278 followers.
Yeah, see? That's exactly the point.
I just made a silly video, and they're all like, yes, let's follow.
I'm still trying to figure it out, though. I feel like such like an old lady, even though I'm not. I'm like, why can't I figure this website out? Because I'll see like some really cool people doing speed paint stuff, and I'm like, ah, yes, I want to do that. And then I try to do that, and I'm like, oh, I'm stupid.
I don't really know how to do that stuff. Maybe you could just show the Procreate version that just goes very fast.
Oh, you can do that? I haven't seen that. One of my favorite things on TikTok, though, is I love when people do the, like, really bad, like, story times with Procreate, where they just use the pen to, like, move the mouth.
Damn, I mean, it's easier that way.
Yeah.
My account is just a bunch of OC memes.
Hey, again, nothing wrong with OC memes.
What's your account on there?
TwistedDisaster. I literally have, like, 2 videos on it, and you can tell I'm, like, old lady trying to figure out the app.
I follow you.
Oh, thank you.
I don't remember if I followed you or not
Thank
yet.
you. Well, here's the thing. Okay, so I wasn't gonna make a TikTok because I was like anti-TikTok for the longest time. And then Quan came to visit, and she kept showing me WitchTok stuff. And she kept showing me it as in like, is this real? Is this real? Is this real?
Oh,
and
God.
I'm like, yes, no, what is wrong with these people? No.
WitchTok is a mess, and I would know because I'm on it.
I know I am
WitchTok.
too. It's a mess. It is.
Like, it's fun to watch the chaos unfold, but sometimes you just want to slap someone through the screen at how stupid they're being.
I'll have to
Just a
say the
bit.
Moon Hex was very entertaining.
That made me mad.
I'm like, y'all think people can curse the moon?
It's okay. I've also met entire sections of WitchTok where people full on believe that they're fucking Hades, and I'm like, okay,
Oh,
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't think that's Hades.
Also, I'm like, Hades ain't that cute, right? Like, most of the gods aren't like, ooh, cute, soft anime boys like people want.
No, they're really
They're
not.
bastards.
Also, no one simps after my boy Thanatos, and he gets so much shit, and it makes me so sad.
I love Thanatos.
I know, he's a good boy. He's the actual god of the dead, not Hades. So people seem to also confused. They're like, oh yeah, my patron is Hades, the god of the dead, and I'm like, he's the god of the underworld. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, if I tell anyone Hades is one of my deities, I'm like, Hades, god of the underworld. Not god of the dead. There's a difference.
I get a bunch of stuff on my For You page, but I saw the one where people were eating dinner and telling math jokes, and I laughed. What? I've never seen that one. We stand Thanatos. That's a whole nother one! And then I'll say stuff like that, and they're like, oh, you mean Thanos? And I'm like, no, not Thanos. Not fucking Avengers Thanos. Thanatos.
Thanatos.
He good boy. He good bappy. I don't know. I think of WitchTok, like the people who are like, I'm a Luciferian instead of a Satanist. And they're like, yeah, I just follow the speakings of Lucifer, but I'm not a Satanist. And I'm like, okay.
I don't know. Witchy stuff is just very interesting to me.
Yeah, me too. I find it really fascinating, and I don't know. I think a whole other thing about WitchTok that, like, one of the things that does bug me is so many witches on there
Hello, mommy.
are like, ooh, woo, I'm the chosen one, because they have a spell that works, like one spell that works, and they're like, oh my god, I must be like the chosen one. I'm like, no, you're just a witch.
No,
It's
you're
cool
not.
that, it's
You're
cool
not
that your
that.
spells work, but this isn't like, this isn't like a book series. You're not gonna go save the world. You're not gonna hex the Fae.
Oh god, that was...
That would be a disaster if anyone actually managed to successfully do that. And I would sooner die before that happened.
The Fae are very interesting to me, though.
I do have 2 Fae. Well, I think I have several Fae at my house, my home house.
I think they're like in Celtic lands, but I come from those type of areas.
Is it a... Because you'd have to have... Because you live in America, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for that to be a thing, that'd have to be like an ancestral Fae thing, because we don't really have fairies here the way people think we do.
Yeah. I do kind of want to go back to my roots, though, because that's where I come from.
Wait, where do you come from?
I come from Scotland, Ireland, all those type of places.
Oh, that's cool. My family did that 23andMe thing, and I found out I'm like hella fucking Jew, but I'm like a Russian subsect of Jew. I'm not even
Yeah.
like the Israeli kind. I'm like from Russia. And the other one was Irish, like a little bit Irish, and a little itty bit of what's the word? A little bit of Arabic from my dad's side, which that surprised him. He's like, I never knew that, but it's like really tiny. It's like 5% or something.
All I know is that part of my family comes from Scotland, well, another Hungarian. So I'm all types of white.
Oh my god, Pike, did you finish What We Do in the Shadows? Did you watch season 2?
Not yet, I'm still in season 1.
Darn! So you
I'm on
haven't
like
finished it yet.
episode 2, and my Hulu like did not want to keep going after a hot minute.
Oh no!
I got
It,
to the
like,
episode where he met
quit
the
on
other
me.
energy vampire.
Oh yeah, no, what's his name? Colin. Colin's my boy. No one loves Colin, and it makes me very big sad.
He is the best and the strongest.
He is so funny. Wait till you get to season 2 when you get to the Super Colin episode.
Oh god.
Yeah, I won't spoil it, but he ends up getting a promotion at work and realizing that when you have the promotion at work, they have to listen to him because he's the boss, and he goes mad with power.
Oh no.
It's even better than I'm describing.
I can't wait. I love the werewolf fight they did and just threw the ball.
I know, I'm sad that the werewolf fight, like, they haven't come back yet. They were in that one season. I'm like, okay, season 3, give us more werewolves, please.
Some werewolves. I want some more mystical creatures.
Well, I know, zombies exist. Oh yeah, hey, Pyth.
Yeah?
You're a mod, right?
Yeah.
Can you, check the chat real quick and help me out?
Okay. Oh god.
Yeah, I wasn't paying too much attention because I was focusing on inking.
There you go.
Thank you. What was I saying? Brain, magic, WitchTok stuff. That's right. The Ancestry episode was really funny. It's like, I'm 100% white. And Guillermo goes like, well, you can't beat 100%. Oh, what do you know? 100% white.
Yep.
I'm like, yep, there you go, my boy Colin. Only you.
Hello, or.
Oh, well.
Hello?
Oh, well.
Oh, hey, or I'm streaming on YouTube. Be careful with what you say, because it's YouTube.
I'm at work, so I have to be careful what I say.
Why are you watching me at work? That's creepy.
Because, I don't know. I'm in the middle of doing things, and there's nobody in the store, so I don't care.
Fair.
Yeah.
What's it like, the life of fixing stuffs and things?
Annoying, because some people don't know what they're talking about or doing.
Yeah, it sounds about right. I found a guy on TikTok who does that, and he's like, I once came in, and the guy was like, my laptop won't turn on. He's like, I found a colony of ants just chilling inside this dude's laptop.
Oh.
Yeah.
God, my laptop's always having issues.
There was another one of those ones for guys, like, this person always comes in, and we always ask them, please clean your laptop off, and he just, like, shook it out, and it was so nasty, and I'm like, ugh!
Ooh.
Like, how can you type with all those crusties in your keyboard?
It's disgusting.
Alright, I gotta get off chat for a hot minute because I got class, so I'll be back later.
Alright.
You're still on.
Goodbye.
Alright,
Bye,
go home. Had fun.
Bye.
Will do.
Be safe, Silver. I was gonna call her Angel. Fuck. Like, she's not Angel. Oh, hey, Moni.
Hello.
Did you get any sleep?
Yes, sorta.
Hello, Moonlight.
I accidentally
How are you?
stayed up late reading webtoons, but it was worth it. And then I accidentally woke up an hour early than I intended. And I have to go to work in half an hour, but we're good.
Oh, boy.
Good, at least.
I have a new phone.
Oh, what kind of phone?
It's a Google Pixel 3 XL.
Is that good?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I
Yes.
I live in the land of iPhones because Apple's sold my soul. So I'm doomed to forever iPhone.
Samsung makes transfer really easy.
I know, but I have an iPad, so it hooks up to my
Well, that's
iPhone
just-
instantaneously. So when I save a photo
Well,
from my iPhone, it saves to my iPad.
Well, that's just a mistake.
I mean, for you maybe. For my work, it's great.
Is our shit talking Apple?
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I do not like Apple, but I sold my soul to them for my iPad and my iPhone. So
See, I
will
don't
never
mind Apple
I will
products.
never. Yeah, but
But I don't like the company.
okay, valid. But I'm just.
Oh, that's my main reason.
I'm like, but there's nothing like the iPad. That's what sucks.
You can get a Surface Pro.
Yeah, but at that point,
Actually,
I'd rather have a
Samsung
new
makes pretty
computer.
good tablets.
Really?
Yeah, they do. They make tablets that you can do for drawing, too.
Because all the ones I've seen that aren't like iPads don't have good stabilization.
I think their newest line is actually pretty good.
I could see that if it's a newer one, because I know with a lot of things, it's kind of like how Wacom used to be the only tablet company, and now we've got all the other ones.
Yeah.
The one thing I want is I want to be able to do my binary brush like how I could inside, so I can color things. Because there's some things I can do inside that I'm like, oh, why can't I just do this in Procreate? My life would be so much easier.
I have missed so many notifications in Discord, and I don't feel like going through everything.
That's also a mood. You know what you can do instead? Is just go and be like, click the red button without reading it, and then you get the notification.
Some of them I can't do that too. I need to actually look through everything, but we have no internet at my house.
Oh, what happened?
Guys came to cut down a tree in the backyard, and then something happened. I don't know what, but they moved the cable out of the way to make sure they didn't actually hit it or anything, but when they were done, it didn't work.
Oh no.
So they broke it?
We don't know. I have a technician from AT&T coming tomorrow, sometime around 9 or 10 a.m.
That's gotta really suck, because don't you guys like all live online pretty much?
Yeah. Angel and Prince more so than me.
I was gonna say, that's what I'm...
I've just been binge playing Fallout 4.
I'm so sad. My mouse, like, borked, and I have to get a new one. It's like, gonna be one of my top things on my birthday list. Is because...
What kind of mouse?
Just a gaming mouse. I really don't care what kind, just like a nice gaming one. Because this is the current one I have. And I love it. It's great. It's just old. I like its 2 buttons on the side. You can see the paint's like worn off of this one. I wouldn't mind having more buttons, but I like the 2 on the side when I'm like gaming. But yeah, these 2 don't work anymore. They still work as a basic mouse function, so I can still use it. That's why I haven't bought a new one yet. But when I'm playing games, I re-downloaded Fallout New Vegas because Cody's been replaying Fallout 4. And I've been wanting to play New Vegas again. Well, technically I've wanted to play Fallout 3, but I can't play fucking Fallout 3 on my 2010, or not my 2010, my Windows 10 computer. Because I looked up the tutorial, I messed with the code, and it didn't work. And it makes me...
I can help you with that.
Okay, well I can't use my mouse right now, so you'll help me when I get a new mouse.
So what I'm hearing is I need to get you a new mouse.
I'm not asking you to get me a new mouse. I'm saying I need to get a new mouse.
So what I'm hearing is I need to get a new mouse for you.
I mean, fair, valid. Because I was playing New Vegas, and I made my character, and I was ready to go, and I just got through the tutorial, and I was, like, clicking it, and it wasn't working, and I'm like, okay, that's weird, and I tried to hotkey, and it wouldn't set up hotkeys, and then I opened up Slime Rancher, and I was pressing the button, and it wasn't shooting the sucking up the slime gun. And I'm like, no, my mouse finally died for, like, gaming stuff. And my PC won't even read it for, like, gaming. It'll just read it for, like, basic mouse functions. So I've been sad.
Oh no, so the mouse no longer lets you do the sucky in Slime Rancher?
Yeah! It won't let me play, like, hardcore shooter games with it right now. Because I can play, like, Among Us on my computer, because we did last night.
Fun.
That was fun.
That was very fun. Cody really likes playing with everybody. But yes, I need to add a mouse to my wish list.
Mises.
Yeah, I just got a new mouse. It's a gamer mouse.
Honestly, I used to think gamer Mies were dumb, and then I had one, and I'm like, oh, I'm a hypocrite.
Having the extra buttons is useful.
Yes, it really, really is.
I was so freaked out by like the sensitive thing that I just realized I was clicking buttons randomly, and that's what controls the sensitivity of it.
No, I know the Razer one's also really good too. I just, again, it's money for me. It's the money for me.
For years, I used nothing but Razer mice, but then because I did the LEDs in my computer build, I went with Corsair this time around because that way I can control all of my lights in a single program.
That's cool.
You have an addiction.
You're right.
I mean, anyone with his name has it. Are you an epic gamer, Michi? I used to think I wasn't, and then I'm like, oh, I kind of am a gamer.
You're more of an epic gamer than me. I have been shamed.
What's funny, though, is I'm also, like, I don't know, I'm not an elitist. Oh, that's not true. Okay. I am when it comes to storytelling games. I can be a bit of a snob.
You get mad at me that I haven't finished games yet.
Oh, yeah. You mean the fact that you still haven't finished, my, fucking boarding school simulator that we also go to war? Yeah.
I mean, that is still the case, yes.
Hey, you know, you
Boarding school simulator?
It's Fire Emblem.
Oh, okay, so I was right in my head.
Yeah.
Because the one for the Switch that's pretty much what it is. It's boarding school.
It really is.
It's boarding school, but war.
It's like the world's slowest start of a game, and then once you get into it, it just gets intense and sad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like every Fire Emblem game.
No, what is it? The Awakening wasn't as slow. It was pretty much just like,
what
hey.
are you talking about? It's really sad. You watch his sister kill herself.
No, I thought you meant slow, not sad. Yes, they're all sad.
Okay, I was like, they're all sad.
I still, like, what is it, the Fates, like, you have to roam, like, 25 turns
that
for
one's
his
still
revenge.
the best. It's like, he's gonna sit patiently and wait for his revenge, but after that, he's gonna have his attack. I remember when I played the game for the first time, I bust up laughing. I'm like, wait, what?
Man, that's another one I haven't beat. I got, like, really far in, like, Birthright, but I just never finished it, because I kind of died out off the 3DS.
I still have mine. I need to play it again, because I have so many games on there I haven't, like, finished yet.
Me too. The only Fire Emblem game I actually beat was Awakening, and that was just because I'm like, yeah, here we go.
Alright, hardcore gamer moment. I've beaten Fates, Conquest, Birthright, Revelations, all the DLC, because I needed to, because I had a problem. I beat Echoes and all of the Echoes DLC.
Echoes is something I actually do want to complete, because that one's just way too good, and a lot of people sleep on it.
Well, they slept on it because you don't get to pair up and marry people and have the babies, which is what pissed me off, because it's one of the best ones.
It's fully voice acted. The art is beautiful.
I know, it's fully voice acted. The art is beautiful. The cinematography's great. The story's great. I loved it. Echoes is one of my favorites. Also, Zykia's really cute. Thank you. I'm letting the ink dry for a hot second before I put colors on it.
What else? Also, there's, like, the fact that, like, you can still have characters interact. Like, it's not like, Waifu Simulator, but, I mean, that is the whole reason people went back into the series, because it was dying, and then they brought back Waifu's, like, Kid Simulator, and people were like, oh, hello. But I will say, I'm kind of glad that we don't have children in,
Well, they had a hard time, like, at least in Awakening, the kids made sense because the time travel stuff. In Fates, they're like, nope, we're gonna put them in a baby dimension, and I'm like, okay.
I'm like, let's put them in a secret dimension so they can have kids, and I'm like, oh, this is weird, but, I mean, I know why they do it. It's especially great if you have, people who do the if they die, they die mode.
Oh yeah, which I get, but also, I don't know, I'm here when I play a game, I'm like, I want to play a game to not think about the real world, so when people are like, it's like in the real world, if your soldiers die in a battle, they're not going to come back to life, I'm like, yeah, I don't like real war. I like video game war, where I
would
can just
cry
restart
if I lost half the characters I did. I'm still sad about, one character, because in, like, Birthright, apparently if you don't have, like, a specific, like, well, I mean, like, in a lot of the games, if you don't have a specific, like, level of, connection with the character, there's, like, certain events where they'll die.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, to do. What else? I still want to try the Edelgard route.
Okay, to be fair, I have not done all of 3 houses. I did Ashen Wolves, I did Blue Lions, and I did Golden Deer. And after finishing Golden Deer, I was gonna go into Edelgard, but then Ashen Wolves came out, and I played that instead. And I really liked that one.
There's like there's 2 Edelgard routes, which is fun.
Yeah, there's the church route, and then there's her route. I just like that they're like, oh yeah, there's one outcome where Dimitri doesn't go crazy and feral and lose his eye, and he looks really different, but it's only in one universe, and it's not the canon one, which makes me really sad.
Wait, which one is the canon one?
Blue Lions. They officially announced that Blue Lions is the canonical one.
Man, they really just said, give this boy trauma.
Yeah, exactly. They just said, like, you know what? We're just gonna mentally break this 15-year-old. It's fine. It's fine.
God, I forget he's so young, and then you disappear, then you come back, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you, and everyone's haunting me, and that's great.
He's talking to the spirits of my dead parents because the only sibling I ever loved actually tried to kill me. It's fine. I'm fine.
Are you sure about that, Chief?
I do like, though. I like, though, that his adult form is obsessed with cheese, and I think that's kind of great. I like stupid, quirky things about characters like that. Plus, also, I laughed so hard at that really serious scene where he's, like, in the rain, and he goes, like, Professor, your hand is so warm, and it's, like, in the rain, and you have a gloved hand, and I'm like, did I mess up? Because I'm playing female, oh, what's her name? Darn it.
Violet?
No, I'm trying to remember what her name is, the main character.
I can only think of Corbin, but that's not it!
Yeah, it's not Corin! What is it? Blythe! That's right, because I hate it.
Yeah, Blythe!
Or Byleth, whatever.
That's what I said, though.
No, but it's the... Wait, what did you say?
Violet.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I'm dumb. I'm sorry, Or.
My brain did not process what you said.
I'm sorry, Or. I pulled a big stoopy. My bad.
That's fine.
I blame you, Or. It is not my fault.
Rude.
Let's see, Rat Man. He is! He's my rat boy!
Honestly, I think
But
the
hey,
worst decision is, like,
on
having the DLC and then being able to change your clothes, and then not, like, the important cutscenes, but, like, the second important cutscenes, and you're, like, in a serious conversation, but you're wearing, like, a freaking maid outfit.
Okay. I kind of think
And I had to change my outfit after that, because I was literally laughing during this, like, sad, like, what's going on scene. I'm like, I'm just some fucking dude floating down the river in, like, a butler outfit. This is...
I do like, though, that, I don't know if this is true, but from what I've seen in the fandom, I think it is. I think Edelgard goes both ways. You can romance her as female or male Byleth.
Can you?
I think so.
I don't remember that being the case. Maybe I was wrong.
I know that, the other ones that are the options are, the green-haired guy is a same-sex one, and, oh, who was the girl? There's another girl that can romance both ways, too.
I think it was the nervous one, or was it
I think it was the nervous one, too. I don't remember her name. I know she's a Black Eagles character.
Yeah, I don't understand how Claude you can't for both.
He dances with you in both versions. He doesn't care, and I'm like, hey, why isn't Claude bisexual? He's bisexual. Fight me, Nintendo. That man is bi. Okay, like.
I like the female design of Blythe. I like her leggings so much.
I just don't like her one shin guard or her one knee brace. That bothers me a lot. It's like it's not Corin. What's his name? Crom. It's like Crom and his weird ass pants. I don't like it.
My husband.
Leave Crom alone. He's dumb.
No, he has no right. He is a prince. He has no right to look that stupid.
He's a dumb fashion disaster. It's his only, like...
No, I will never forgive them for whatever the heck is going on with his pants.
Don't you ridicule my husband.
He's a great himbo. He is. He is the definition of a himbo, and he's great. But I'm like, you are a prince, sir.
I mean, at least he has feet now.
What do you mean?
Because in, Awakening, or in, like, those games, they gave their, like, 3D sprites, like, little nubs. It looks like their feet is clipping through the floor.
Oh, that's right!
And, like, it didn't look like they had feet. And then I think I remember it was, when he went to, Smash, so, like, congrats on the feet.
That's right! I remember because he was like, maybe someday I'll be in Smash, and then, like, they finally put him in freaking Smash. God.
His weird pant boots legs thing.
I'm sorry, though. Like, what also solidified him was when I played the DLC in Fates, where you get to, like, meet him. Because you get to meet him in Fates, the Corin one, if you have the DLC, and it's so stupid. The DLC is literally called Before Awakening, because it's before Robin wakes up. And literally, fucking, I shit you not, a portal opens up, you and Corin and like your little team comes with you. Because if you play it, you can have some of the technically a spoiler, the not future kids go with you. So you can have Owen go with you, and he gets to meet like his mom, and you get special dialogue options for them. But when you're Corin and you meet freaking Crom's like, "Hey, who are you?" And you're like, "Oh, I was chasing ghost pigs." And Crom's like, "Ghost pigs? Do you take me for a fool?" He's like, "No, I'm serious. That was ghost pigs." And he's like, "Oh! Well, Lisa, whatever his sister's name was, I guess we have ghost pigs." And freaking in the dialogue option, Corin, like, whispers to the character you pick, is like, I can't believe he believed that. And I'm like, oh my god. Crom, you are such... Look it up! Legit, look up Before Awakening, Fates DLC. They bring out ghost pigs, because I was like... And then you end up fighting, like, demons, and Crom is like, what are those? And Corin's like, it's the ghost pigs! Help me fight them! And I'm like, what is this DLC pack?
They know their fandom.
No, you don't understand. The even best part is when you beat it and you go back, freaking Crom looks over and is like, oh, is that a person asleep by a tree? We should go over there. And I'm like, oh my god! It's literally called Before Awakening, Fire Emblem Fates DLC. If you guys want to look it up on YouTube, it's a thing. And it's great, because if, like, you play as Owen, he's, like, really self-aware, too, in the Fates version. Because he meets his mom. It's like when I played, Fire Emblem Heroes. I like that one, too. Or, no, Fire Emblem Warriors. I like that one, too. Because, when Owen shows up, that one's really self-aware. That one's really funny. You don't have to play that one, but watch the cutscenes on YouTube. When he shows up, they're like, because you already have them in your party, and it's like, aha, it is I! And they're like, who are you? And he's like, my backstory is very complicated and confusing and involves time travel, but I'm here now! And I'm like, yes! My boy!
I mean, sometimes Fire Emblem gets overly convoluted for the stupidest of reasons.
Oh, but what's really funny is when you get to the Fate part of that game, when you get to the Fate characters, when you get to the Fate characters, they're having the war in the, like, in the storyline, but then you fucking go find them, and then it's like, hey, you're not in your world anymore, you're in, like, ours, can you help us fight our war? And Ryoma and fucking Xander are like, you're right, this didn't feel like home. Alright, I guess we're gonna team up today and not have our great civil war.
I mean...
And they just fucking full on. It's like a handshake, and it's one conversation, and their fight's done. And I'm like, this is why the fandom thought you two were gay, okay? Like, this is why everybody ships the
Ryoma is so powerful in Birthright. It is horrifying. That man is a one-person army.
Lobster King is the only valid romance option in that game for Birthright. I'm sorry.
God, I still remember the one comic. I guess it's spoilers, but it's like, the person, like, sleeping with either side of the siblings, and you're like, no, it's okay, and they're like, great, and then they sleep with the blue-haired girl, and then they're just traumatized when they figure it out.
Oh yeah, she's, like, actually your cousin?
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, lol, JK, it's not actually incest. Oh, except for this character that's, like, heavily implied to be the main love interest and everything else, and I'm like, don't like it. Very uncomfy.
What? You don't like kissing cousins?
No, I don't.
No,
Nintendo. I also don't like that in Japan, Sakura and Elise are, like, actually 14. But they were romance option. Yeah, they're 14. But in America, but in America they're like, okay, we still want people to romance them, so we're just gonna say they're 18. Cough, cough. But they're actually 14.
At least it's better than nothing.
Yeah, so they're 14 in Japan.
I mean, I'm not surprised in a traumatized way.
Yeah.
How old is the main character, anyway?
Korin?
Yeah.
Korin's the middle. Because it's Xander and Ryoma are the same age, conveniently. Camilla and Hanako? The redhead. I don't remember her name.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
the one I forget most as a sibling.
Yeah. They're the same age. They're the oldest ones. Then there's Korin. Then there's Taco Meat or Leo. I know his name's Takumi or Takumi, but I call him fucking Taco Meat, okay?
Taco Meat.
They're younger than Korin. And then you have Sakura and Elise.
Yeah. Yet another series that gives so much of their characters trauma.
Hanoka, that's her name. Okay, it's Hanoka. Thank you. Also, hello, guys. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to distract you. I'm focusing on the picture. Taco Meat. That's what he is! He's Taco Meat, okay? I hate Takumi. I hate him.
Why do you hate Taco Meat?
Because his whole thing is stupid. He's angry because he thinks you're cute. That's his whole thing. And then when I because I played Conquest first, and Conquest to me makes the most sense story-wise. So I played Conquest first. And it's like, oh yeah, he's the freaking final boss, and he's all possessed and evil and angry. And I was like, ooh, I get to find out how he gets all possessed and evil and angry. But then I play Birthright, because I'm expecting to, play it. No, he walks up after a battle all, possessed, and the cutscene's literally, not even a cutscene, it's like a text thing, it's like, ugh. And Azura, who I also hate, is like, the ocean, gray waves. And then he's like, oh, I'm not possessed anymore. And I was like, but that's it? It took 2 lines? Not even the full song? And it's like, what happened? He's like, oh, I fell in this pit, and I got possessed. And I'm like, that's it? That's dumb! So I hate him. I hate Taco Meat.
You had too much high expectations of a Fire Emblem game.
Yeah, I did. Because it was my first one. And because Ryoma killing himself was metal as hell. I'm sorry. Where he fucking just cuts himself with his sword to give you a chance to run away. I was like, oh, I barely know you, Lobster Man, and I already love you. Don't do this to me.
The Lobster Man, he ran away.
And then I played his thing, and then I had Xander's backstory, which is even more sad, because freaking Elise just runs in front of his blade, and you just watch him, cry as he, murdered his sister, and I'm like, oh, no. Why did you run in the front of the blade, Elise? And then Xander's like, yeah, I can't do it anymore, buddy, so I'm just gonna, unalive myself, too. And I'm like, Xander, no, my baby. Yeah, when Taco Meat died, I was like, good. I literally don't care about you, Taco Meat. The only good thing that you've ever done for this series is give us your cute son. I do admit, though, I like that Ryoma's own son wants nothing to do with him. Because someone pointed out that he's even the specific class that will defeat his dad in a fight, and I think that's really funny.
Oh boy, what is it? The Ninja Brothers are kind of sad, especially if at one point in Birthright, if you don't have the right stuff. So I'm just like, the one brother, he just doesn't care after. He's like, eh. I'm like, wow, okay.
Wait, which one?
I think it's Shizuo and Kaze.
Trying to remember. Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. Because I don't remember all the Birthright people. I know what they look like. I just don't remember their names.
Yeah, it's the redhead ninja and then the younger brother or whatever. And in Birthright, if you don't have a specific level with one of them, they just kind of yeet out of existence forever.
Okay. Wait, real quick. I have to say this. Jujubes, I'm okay with the ship of Leo and Taco Meat because I think it's really funny because if you play Revelations, I don't like that one. That's literally everyone gets a Disney ending except Azura, but I also didn't like Azura, so I was okay with that. But that's also when you learn the really weird plot twist that, your dad's god technically, and that you and Azura are cousins from the Mirror Dragon dimension. And I'm here just like, oh, thank you for the subscription. But yeah, no, if you play Revelations and you have the siblings together and team up, I love it because when Taco Meat and Leo become friends, they end up bonding over their love of soup, and I think that's really stupid funny. Full on. Taco Meat's like, I love miso soup, and Leo's like, oh yeah, I like tomato soup, and he's like, tomato soup? Miso soup? What's that? And then the next one they talk about how much they like each other's soups, and I'm like, okay, but why is that pretty funny? Like, I think that's pretty funny. I didn't think you'd get me, but then you got me. Just like, I will admit, I think the one thing that was really stupid, though, is when you meet, it's like, don't you remember me, Corin? We used to be best friends. I literally have no idea who you are, Salus. Then he's like, don't you remember your favorite dinner? Surf and turf. I'm like, you fucking would. That's such bad writing. That's the kind of cheese, though, that I like. Because it's like, oh yeah, my two cultures. Seafood and steak. You know what bothered me, though, was when Joker had a kid, and he looks just like L from frickin' Death Note, and I was like, why does this kid look like L from Death Note? It didn't help either that I paired Joker up with a black-haired person, so he has black hair when mine was, and I'm like, damn you. Soup, the true love to Key. My other favorite character is Leo's retainer, the one with the eye patch. Oh! Niles! I love Niles. Niles is like, one of the only, he's the male bisexual option you can get. I remember that. And I like that in the mirror dimension, if you romance Niles, you get both your kids. You get his daughter, who has your hair, somehow, and you get, what's the kid's name? Oh, what's the kid's name? What's Corin's baby's name? I'm, like, totally spacing on it. Because I know Morrigan is for Awakening. What is your baby's name? I tuned out for a minute because I was very confused. I'm sorry, we're talking about Fire Emblem, guys. Because I'm Fire Emblem trash.
I've heard of the game, but I've never really gotten into it.
It's addicting.
I don't know where to start. There's so many.
If you have a DS, I would recommend starting with Fates, only because it's easier. Then go to Echoes, because Echoes is great, and everybody shits on it, but I think it's great. And honestly, Pyth, it's got your kind of aesthetic in women. For Echoes.
Ooh.
Look up, I actually have a picture here. Where is it? This is, the main girl from Fates. I did this, like, 2 years ago at San Japan. She is a beautiful princess, and I love her. But the thing about Fates, not Fates, Echoes, is, the thing about any Fire Emblem game is usually if there's, like, a mysterious character who wears a mask, they're related to you or the main character in some way. It's like, not even cheesy. It's like, oh yes, I am not secretly your daughter from another dimension and timeline. But then it's like, oh yeah, you're my dad. I don't know, I guess the Lucina, like, plot twist got ruined for me, like the Sheik thing when I played Ocarina of Time for the first time. I was like, oh yeah, isn't, like, Sheik Zelda? And my friend was like, okay, but, like, back in the day, that was a big plot twist. I'm like, cool. The whole internet told me that, so... I just think it's funny when I played Awakening for the first time. And, like, because I've seen a lot of fan art, and, like, nobody draws Lucina with her, like, birthmark eye scar thing, which is supposed to be, like, really important in the game. And I'm like, wait, why does no one draw that? That's cute. Like, I don't know. Yeah, give heterochromia characters heterochromia. Okay, anyway. I think I'm Fire Emblemed out. What else do you guys want to talk about? Because my brain's empty again. I saw you at San Japan. Oh, you did Arctic? I got nervous though, so I kept walking past your booth every time I passed by the area. Oh no! Yeah, I was sad we didn't get to go this year because the theme was gonna be horror, and we were just gonna go, and we were really excited, and then, you know, Six Spiky Rock Boy happened.
COVID loves ruining it all.
It really does. I do wonder though, like, how cons are gonna ever, like, what the con life is gonna be like after all this. Because it's not gonna be the same.
Why?
With how everything is now. Because, like, a big thing about your booth is people, like, touching your stuff. There's gonna be a lot of people now who don't want to touch stuff anymore. You know? Are you a furry? I am not. My husband is, technically. He doesn't have a fursuit or anything. He has a fursona. And he thinks furries are cute. Not that I have anything wrong with furries, it just, To me, they're just characters. I'm like, yeah, I have furry characters. I technically have a fursona, but it's, again, more for my husband. And it's really lame. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a white cat with 2 tails. And she just dresses the outfits I wear. So it's like, if you see my persona and how I draw her, it's that. Just make her a cat. This is a really cute IKEA. I am very proud of it. I hope Anna likes it. Because I was supposed to actually see her this week, and I'm not ending up seeing her, and I'm sad about that, but hopefully this will cheer her up. I wanted to meet you in your meet and greet, but yeah, stuff happened, which I got. Oh yeah, don't worry, because that didn't end up happening. I was planning that, and then again, Six Spiky Round Boy. So the meet and greet's still gonna happen someday, but now I'm not comfortable, like, posting that until, you know, things are better. Because that's also not going to be very fun. It'll be like, oh hey, we're at a park, everybody's got to stay 6 feet apart and not touch, and, you know, that just wouldn't be as fun. So that's definitely one of those, like, gonna have to wait. I really like how it came out on the tone paper. I miss doing tone paper stuff. So do you guys have anything planned for Spookums for the spooky holiday?
Not really. Just gonna stay home.
No joke, I saw a furry at Walmart yesterday and she got kicked out because she wasn't wearing a mask. I know San Japan won't happen, but you know. Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. Mask with cosplay would be great. Like, you could do so much with that stuff.
True.
So that's also really neat. It's just, again, it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, we'll see when we see, you know what I mean? It's not that it's gonna be canceled, obviously, but I'm just saying stuff's gonna definitely change, because like I said, a big thing about, like, that was the thing people made jokes about before, was like, you know, you get, like, con sick. I would get sick going to San Japan every year, because sadly, there are a lot of people that go to these things and spend hundreds of dollars, but, like, do not understand what basic human hygiene is. Like, I remember there was one person that came up to my booth that full-on, like, sneezed into their palm and then started digging through my stickers and my charms, and I was like, ew.
Disgusting.
Yeah. And I've heard that from other people too, where they're like, yeah, that's just how some people are at cons. And so that's why I'm like, that's something else that's gonna definitely change, is like, you know, just people being healthier. Giving you some skin shines, IKEA. Also, I'm mad at Anna. Gotta fight her. She put a lot of her character references that were up on DA in storage. She's like, oh, they're out of date, and I want to update them. I'm like, okay, but when are you gonna do that? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, you have so many good characters that I can't do art for. Because you don't have the references updated. Bree. Also, hi, Pasca. You are like my best friend for your whites. And it really does pop really cute on the tone paper. Yeah, they kept knocking down my charms. They kept touching it.
How rude.
I had a mom use their kid to distract me so she could steal a, like, $2 freaking Pikachu charm.
It's $2.
No, I kid you not. It was a mom. This was a hustle. I'm telling you right now. Like they had done this to other people too, where full on, she pulled the charm off, and she gave it to me, and she's like, "How much is that?" And I was like, I think they were $5 because they were stacked. I don't remember the price right now. I was like, I'm $5 or something, but realistically, it costs like $1 to get made. You know what I mean? And and so she's like, oh, okay. And, like, I was watching her put it back on my board, and then the little girl, because the girl was, like, no older than 6, started, like, talking to me and Holly, like, really loud. So I was like, okay, instinct, look at the child. And I started talking to her. And then after, like, a minute, the mom was like, okay, you know, we're gonna go. And I'm like, oh, okay. And we were talking, and then it hit me, and I'm like, I wonder. And I, like, looked over, and the Pikachu charm was gone. I'm like, oh, that bitch full-on used her kid to distract me so she could steal.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even just me.
Do that.
It wasn't even just me either, like, that happened to. I'm lucky I lost that and, like, maybe a couple of stickers, which my stickers aren't vinyl, so I really didn't have a loss. And then what ended up happening was, I saw, like, somebody talking about how they owned a, like, a plushie booth, and apparently what people would do is they would pay with credit card, get the plushie, go back to their hotel room, and then claim their card was stolen, so that then the artist got screwed over because they would take it out of their Square account. So what a lot of artists had to start doing was, once they were done with the day, you'd have to do the instant transfer, because a lot of us didn't want to do the instant transfer because then they get a fee. And it's one of those, like, yeah, the fee isn't a lot, but it's the point, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because that way they couldn't do the chargeback, because a lot of people found that way to screw artists over. And if the money was in your Square just takes it back. But if it's not, they're like, oh, well, too bad. So a lot of people I know were out, like, a couple
artists.
Huh?
Like, what's the point of going to a con where you're supposed to support artists and go to screw them over?
Because there are people who want to get stuff and not pay for it.
Ugh.
Like, I've literally when I did retail, that's just people in general, it's not just con stuff. I knew people who were extreme couponers, literally because, and they would tell me to my face, they're like, oh yeah, I just don't think I have to pay for toilet paper. That's why I do this, so I don't have to pay for toilet paper.
Yeah.
And it's like, technically you're right, you're doing the coupons, but it's also like, hey, you know, when you do that, like, you screw over everybody who, you know, made the toilet paper, right? And packaged it, and shipped it, and have to stock it. That's, like, why that stuff exists. And they're like, oh yeah, I know, I just don't have to pay for it.
I've seen, like, shoplifter TikTok where everyone's like, if it's a chain, it's free reign. But they're, like,
oh, I've seen that
over
too, or I've
people.
seen people where they go to thrift stores, and they're like, oh yeah, do this, this, and this, and you can, like, make a killing selling stuff from thrift stores on, like, eBay. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, hey, can you, like, not do that? There are some people who, like, some people like me, that's happened to me when I was in, like, a really tough spot, where it's like, oh crap, we need plates. I can't really afford a giant pack of nice plates right now, so I'm just gonna go to a thrift store and buy a plate. And then it's like, you go there and they're gone. because these people are buying them up and reselling them for profit.
Like, there's stores of people who, like, need, like, the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
Not just for you to be trendy.
It's the same thing, like, because I'm a plus-size bitch. I've always said this. I do not hide that fact. But I've seen a bunch of people recently as a fashion trend be like, oh yeah, isn't it really cute buying this, like, 5X sweater? I'm not that big, by the way. But it's like, oh, isn't it cute if I buy this 5X sweater because it looks like a dress on me and that's, like, really comfy on me, and then you'll see, like, a bigger person who are like, wow, I really wish I could get that, but it's gone now. So my options are even less limited. And that's like, especially when you are plus size like me, I'm not an idiot. It's like, yeah, plus size clothes often cost more because it's more fabric. It's kind of a given. But it's like, it does bother me when it's like, oh yeah, I would love to be able to buy this pants and not have my pants cost me like $200 or $100 for 2 pairs of pants. But then go to a thrift store and I see a bunch of like really skinny people buying that stuff to either upsell it or to repurpose it into their own thing. And then there's people who are in even tougher spots who are like, oh great, now my pickings are even slimmer now. And because more people are doing that, now thrift stores have to raise their prices in some places. Because they're like, oh yeah, these people are literally making a profit off of donations. So it's just, it's creating a bad environment, and I'm not a big fan of it. So you just go to Dollar Tree. Well, you can't buy clothes at Dollar Tree though. You can get stuff at Dollar Tree, but you can't. That's another thing I will admit. I slept on Dollar Tree. Like, Dollar Tree was not like when I was a kid. I went to a Dollar Tree recently. Good witchy tip. They have an amazing cheap candle section for altars for like $1. It's great. But yeah, go to Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree's got great stuff. And I'm not saying don't go to thrift stores and don't resell your stuff, because I do believe, like, if it's your stuff, you can resell it. But I just think it's gross when people are going to thrift stores and being like, oh my god, see this slightly cracked plate? If I just repaint it, I can sell it for like $400 on eBay, because it's hipster and chic, when I paid 7 cents for it. And I'm like, that seems a little gross. Maybe that's just me. But that's a lot like people who scalp stuff. I don't support scalpers. Like, there's like some stuff where I like getting it, but then it's like, oh yeah, if the scalper is like charging it like triple time, what's the point in me getting it? Because I've seen that with like amiibos. I remember when that was happening, where I was like, okay, I'm not spending more than $20 on this $12 piece of plastic, because Nintendo even was like, they're not meant to be collector's items, guys. They're meant to literally be used for your games. That's why they're cheap plastic. And then I would see people who were like, oh yeah, you want a first generation Rosalina? $300. I'm like, no, you bought that for $12. I'm not doing that. Alright, well, with that rant being said, and me waiting for this to dry, I think I will leave my stream here, because I've been streaming for 2 hours now. Damn. I hope you guys had fun in the stream. I know it was ups and downs and very different. I'll try to have more like set aside and sketched up for when I stream later. But yeah, I'm gonna just cut this out, put it in my Inktober sketchbook, and I hope you guys had fun watching. I had fun streaming again. I don't know exactly when I'll stream again on YouTube, but I do stream like at least a couple times a week on Twitch. That I do more often. So if you guys want to watch me do digital art and stuff there, follow me there. But thank you guys for coming. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.